The air you breathe today is charged in ways most will never notice. Thursday carries a secret energy, a quiet force that stirs the mind and awakens the spirit. Few recognize it, fewer still can harness it. By the end of this video, you will understand the hidden gift that this day holds, a gift that has guided warriors, monks, and seekers for centuries, shaping their strength, clarity, and purpose. I will reveal how the chosen one's sense shifts in energy, invisible to ordinary eyes, and how subtle practices can align you with the currents of life that most overlook. You will learn methods drawn from ancient Shaolin wisdom, techniques that sharpen awareness, cultivate inner power, and awaken a presence that feels almost otherworldly. These are not common teachings. They are whispered truths preserved through disciplined practice and sacred ritual. You will discover why Thursday was once considered a day of preparation, a day where decisions ripple farther and insights emerge that can alter the course of a week or a lifetime. I will guide you through ways to still the mind, harness breath, and recognize the quiet signals of opportunity and alignment. By watching until the end, you will unlock perspectives that allow you to step beyond ordinary perception and feel the hidden patterns around you. You will begin to sense the gift waiting if you are ready to receive it. Welcome to Shaolin Soulfire, where ancient wisdom meets personal mastery. Subscribe now and join a path where the unseen becomes known and the ordinary transforms into the extraordinary. Every Thursday, every moment carries the potential for awakening. Step forward and claim it. In the space between breaths, a world quietly unfolds. Stillness is not absence. It is presence in its purest form. The Shaolin masters teach that in stillness, the mind does not wander, it sharpens like a blade drawn slowly against stone until it gleams with clarity. Many fear silence, filling it with thought or distraction, unaware that it is in these moments of calm that life itself whispers its deepest truths. When the body rests and the mind settles, subtle energies begin to move. You feel currents that are normally unnoticed, rhythms that guide decisions, and patterns that connect events across time. The ordinary world continues its noise, yet within the quiet, insight emerges effortlessly. A single thought observed without resistance can reveal a path that hours of action could not. Stillness trains patience and observation. In the monastery, young disciples learn to sit for hours unmoving, while the world around them stirs with chaos. They learn to watch a falling leaf, the shadow of the sun across the floor, the heartbeat of life in the smallest motion. Each moment of quiet becomes a lesson, a mirror reflecting both the world and the self. The chosen one understands that stillness is not passive. It is an active engagement with existence, a sharpening of senses that allows one to move with precision and purpose. Decisions made from this state carry weight. Actions flow naturally without hesitation or waste. The mind aligned in stillness perceives patterns that others cannot. Opportunities appear where others see only routine. Strength arises not from force but from clarity and timing. To embrace stillness is to step into a current deeper than thought, a current that carries the mind and spirit toward mastery. In this quiet, you are not idle, you are preparing, observing, and awakening. Each breath in stillness becomes a bridge to understanding, a gateway to power that waits patiently for those willing to enter. Breath is the silent teacher, the rhythm that threads body, mind, and spirit into one harmonious flow. In the quiet of dawn, when the world has not yet stirred, a single deep breath can reveal the presence of life in its most subtle form. Ancient Shaolin masters understood that the breath is more than air. It is energy, intention, and a bridge to clarity. Each inhale carries vitality. Each exhale releases tension. The untrained mind moves chaotically, like leaves scattered by the wind. Yet with conscious breathing, thought slows, focus sharpens, and the heart settles into a measured rhythm. The body responds, muscles relax, senses heighten, and awareness expands. With discipline, the breath becomes a guide, drawing attention inward and opening a doorway to insight. In the monastery, monks practice slow, deliberate breathing for hours. They count, they observe, They listen to the subtle rise and fall of their own chest. In these moments, the world's noise fades, leaving only the current of life flowing within. It is here that decisions are made with precision, where fear loses its grip, and where the mind recognizes patterns that elude ordinary perception. Breath anchors the present. It is a tool for mastery, a measure of discipline, and a mirror for the soul. When the mind wavers, the breath returns it to balance. When the spirit feels heavy, the breath lifts it gently, carrying it above distraction. The ancient wisdom whispers that mastery is not imposed from outside. It grows from the inner alignment of body, breath, and intention. Through conscious breathing, every action becomes deliberate, every thought measured, and every moment filled with presence. The breath does not just sustain life, it sharpens it, illuminates it, and opens the path to self-mastery that has been hidden in plain sight for centuries. In its rhythm, the bridge between who one is and who one can become is crossed quietly, steadily, and with enduring power. In the quiet corners of ancient monasteries, mastery was not found in grand gestures, but in the careful repetition of small acts. Each day held its rhythm, each motion its purpose. The monks rose before dawn, their bodies moving through the same sequences, their minds focused on precision and presence. These daily rituals were not obligations, they were bridges to inner strength, shaping resilience, patience, and clarity over time. Ritual is the language of discipline. It teaches the mind to honor the moment, to respect the process, and to embrace consistency without attachment to immediate reward. A single gesture repeated with intention and mindfulness compounds into transformation. The same water poured into a bowl each morning, the same steps traced across the courtyard, the same breath counted in meditation, all become threads woven into the fabric of mastery. The power of ritual lies not in its visibility, but in its subtle influence on the mind and spirit. Repetition trains attention, hones focus, and tempers the will. It is a quiet teacher of patience. One learns to wait for growth, to trust the unfolding of time, and to move steadily even when the results are unseen. Rituals anchor the self in discipline, offering a mirror to observe weakness, strength, and the constant flow between the two. Even in the smallest acts, there is opportunity for awakening. A mindful gesture in the morning can ripple through the day, influencing thought, emotion, and action. Through rituals, ordinary life transforms into practice, mundane moments become sacred, and the mind learns to move with purpose rather than distraction. True mastery emerges from this careful cultivation. It is not in sudden leaps, but in the consistent tending of daily actions. In the embrace of ritual, the chosen one discovers the rhythm of life, the steady pulse of self-mastery, and the profound clarity that comes from unwavering, deliberate practice. In the stillness of early morning, when the world is beginning to stir, there is a lesson in simply watching. To observe without attachment is to see life as it is, without the weight of expectation or desire. The Shaolin masters teach that the mind is a river, flowing with thoughts, emotions, and impressions. Most are carried along, swept by currents of fear, anger, or longing. The chosen one learns to stand at the riverbank, to witness the flow without being dragged downstream. Attachment clouds perception. When the mind clings to pleasure, rejects discomfort, or judges the passing of events, clarity is lost. The disciplined observer, however, maintains a calm presence. Thoughts arise, emotions flare, situations shift, but none disturb the inner calm. By cultivating this awareness, the mind becomes a mirror, reflecting reality without distortion, revealing patterns, truths, and possibilities that remain hidden to the untrained eye. In practice, this requires patience and quiet vigilance. During meditation, during daily tasks, or in conversation, the observer notices impulses without reacting. A rising anger becomes a signal, a fleeting desire a teacher. Each moment offers insight, if received without judgment or attachment. Over time, this practice strengthens discernment, cultivates resilience, and fosters a sense of freedom unshaken by external circumstance. The chosen one discovers that power lies not in control over the world, but in mastery over the self. By observing without attachment, The mind gains space to act with clarity rather than impulse, to respond with wisdom rather than habit. Life's challenges are no longer obstacles, but opportunities to deepen understanding, sharpen insight, and refine presence. Through this gentle discipline, the currents of thought and emotion no longer dominate. The chosen one moves through life with balance and grace, embracing each moment fully, yet remaining untethered. Observation without attachment becomes both shield and guide, revealing the path of mastery hidden in plain sight. In the still heart of practice, the mind discovers its greatest strength, focus. Shaolin philosophy teaches that concentrated effort transforms ordinary action into something precise, powerful, and alive. The universe responds not to scattered energy, but to intention that is clear, unwavering, and deliberate. Every thought, every movement, every decision becomes a signal, a thread woven into the fabric of life. Intentional focus is more than attention, it is alignment. The chosen one learns to direct energy with care, to act on what truly matters, and to let distractions fall away like leaves in the wind. In the monastery, a single strike, repeated with mindfulness, carries more impact than 1,000 unmeasured blows. Each moment of devoted effort compounds, sharpening skill, strengthening resolve, and deepening awareness. Clarity of intent begins within. When the mind wanders, action becomes hollow, and the path forward grows obscured. By observing thoughts, eliminating unnecessary distractions, and committing fully to the task at hand, the chosen one channels energy with precision. A mind trained in this way becomes like a bowstring drawn taut, ready to release power at the exact moment needed. The discipline of focus cultivates patience, resilience, and insight. Challenges are no longer overwhelming, they become opportunities to practice presence and strengthen resolve. Energy is neither wasted nor diluted, and the outcomes reflect the alignment between inner clarity and outer action. Through intentional focus, ordinary tasks transform into meditation in motion. Decisions, words, and deeds resonate with purpose. The universe, in its subtle intelligence, recognizes the clarity and responds in kind, opening doors that remain hidden to the unfocused. In this way, mastery is born not from force, but from the quiet, disciplined application of will, steady, precise, and guided by unwavering intent. In the path of mastery, the mind often stumbles over desire for reward. The Shaolin masters teach that attachment to outcome clouds judgment and binds the spirit. True power arises not from chasing results, but from committing fully to the action itself. When the heart acts without expectation, clarity emerges, and every movement carries authenticity and precision. Detachment does not mean indifference. It is a subtle discipline, a quiet strength that allows the chosen one to engage fully while remaining unshaken by success or failure. In the monastery, monks carry out tasks, sweeping the courtyard, tending the garden, practicing forms, not to earn praise, but to cultivate excellence within. Each action becomes a reflection of presence, patience, and devotion. When attachment fades, the mind becomes a still pond. Thoughts settle, emotions flow without turbulence, and the spirit moves with freedom. Choices are no longer influenced by fear of loss or desire for gain. They arise from wisdom, observation, and understanding. In this space, decisions are measured, deliberate, and aligned with purpose rather than impulse. Detachment sharpens discernment. The chosen one sees beyond immediate appearances, noticing subtle opportunities and hidden patterns. Energy is preserved, not wasted on anxiety or expectation. Action becomes fluid, responsive, and powerful, guided by integrity rather than ego. In life, rewards will come and go, but the strength cultivated through detachment remains. By releasing the need to control results, the mind and body align with the natural flow of existence. Mastery, therefore, is not measured by what is gained, but by the steadiness, clarity, and freedom with which one acts. In letting go of outcome, the chosen one discovers a profound liberation, a power born from discipline, presence, and unwavering inner balance. Within every seeker lies a battlefield unseen by the world. The fiercest opponent is not found in an enemy across the way, but in the shadows of the mind. Fear creeps quietly, doubt whispers in moments of hesitation, and distraction pulls attention from the path. These are the demons that test the chosen one, shaping strength and resilience in ways that external trials cannot. Shaolin philosophy teaches that mastery begins inward. In the quiet of meditation, a monk faces the rising storm of thought and emotion. Each wave of fear or uncertainty is acknowledged, yet not surrendered to. By naming these inner forces and observing their patterns, the mind learns to stand firm, to respond with clarity rather than react in turmoil. Discipline becomes a shield, patience a weapon, and awareness a guide. The inner battle is subtle, often invisible to those who measure strength only by action in the outer world. Yet victory over oneself carries a quiet power that radiates in every gesture, every choice, every breath. Challenges once overwhelming become opportunities for practice. Doubt transforms into inquiry, fear into cautious courage, and distraction into mindful presence. Through confrontation with these inner adversaries, the chosen one cultivates endurance and wisdom. Energy once scattered is focused, perception becomes sharp, and the spirit gains an unshakable steadiness. The mind, tempered by repeated engagement with its own turbulence, achieves a clarity that no external triumph can provide. This inner war is not fought once and finished, it is a lifelong discipline. Yet in facing these hidden trials, the chosen one discovers the profound truth of Shaolin teaching. Mastery is born not from victory over others, but from victory over self. The demons within, when recognized and met with courage, become teachers, guiding the mind and spirit towards strength, balance, and awakening. Every movement, every thought carries energy. In the subtle teachings of the Shaolin tradition, energy is the most valuable currency a person possesses. It flows through the body, animates the mind, and connects with the spirit. When misused or scattered, it weakens both presence and purpose. The chosen one learns to honor this energy, to direct it with care, and to protect it from waste. In the monastery, monks practice not only physical forms, but also the art of restraint. They learn that rushing, reacting, or dividing attention weakens the current within. Each action is deliberate, each breath intentional. Even a simple task, walking, sweeping, or lifting, becomes a practice in conserving and channeling energy. The smallest focus misplaced can ripple outward, diffusing strength and clarity. Alignment transforms effort into power. When mind, body, and intention move together, energy multiplies rather than dissipates. A task approached with focus, purpose, and awareness carries far more effect than one done hastily or without thought. The chosen one notices where attention drifts, where impulses scatter energy, and where intention falters. By realigning with what truly matters, each movement, thought, and choice contributes to growth rather than depletion. Trivial matters, distractions, and unnecessary worry are like leaks in a vessel, slowly draining what is vital. Recognizing this, the practiced mind begins to simplify, prioritize, and act in harmony with purpose. Energy is no longer lost in noise or reaction. It becomes a current that strengthens insight, patience, and resilience. Through careful conservation and deliberate alignment, the chosen one learns to move efficiently through the world. Every breath, thought, and action is directed toward meaningful practice. In this way, life itself becomes a discipline in energy, and the spirit, when aligned, flows with a quiet strength that endures even in the midst of challenge. The Thursday gift waits quietly, invisible to most, yet present for those who are ready. It is not gold nor treasure to hold in the hand. It is subtle, like a whisper in the mind, a light that illuminates understanding, a clarity that sharpens perception. Those who rush through the day, distracted by noise or desire, will never notice it. Only the prepared, the disciplined, and the attentive can feel its presence. Preparation is more than ritual. It is the cultivation of readiness in body, mind, and spirit. The chosen one aligns thoughts, actions, and energy, creating a space where insight can enter. In the quiet of morning, in the rhythm of mindful breath, in the steady practice of presence, the mind becomes a vessel for this gift. Observation without judgment, focus without distraction, and action without attachment open the doors that otherwise remain closed. The gift appears in subtle ways. A sudden understanding of a problem, a moment of intuitive clarity, the recognition of a hidden opportunity, these are its forms. It does not announce itself loudly. It moves softly, like a current beneath the surface, waiting to be noticed by eyes that see beyond the ordinary. The chosen one learns patience, cultivating awareness long before the reward becomes visible. Receiving the Thursday gift is an act of alignment. It asks not for desire, but for readiness, not for haste, but for disciplined presence. When the mind is steady and the heart clear, insight flows naturally. Awareness heightens, perception expands, and the world reveals patterns that are otherwise unseen. In this way, the gift becomes a guide, illuminating the path forward and deepening mastery over self. It is a reminder that true reward is born from preparation, observation, and conscious action, waiting patiently for those who have earned the vision to receive it. Life does not pause for wisdom, and mastery does not exist in isolation. Spiritual principles are not distant ideals. They are living forces meant to guide every step, every choice, and every interaction. The chosen one learns that insight gained in meditation or study is incomplete if it does not flow into daily action. True mastery appears in the quiet decisions, the steady habits, and the measured responses that shape each day. Small practices, repeated with attention, carry the weight of transformation, rising with purpose, pausing to breathe, observing without judgment, or acting with clarity. These are not mere routines. They are threads woven into the fabric of life, subtle yet profound. Over time, their influence accumulates, shaping character, strengthening discipline, and refining perception. A single mindful action may seem insignificant, but layered with others, it creates a current strong enough to alter the course of a day, a week, or even a lifetime. Integration requires awareness and patience. Challenges at work, tensions in relationships, unexpected obstacles, these become the arena where spiritual principles are tested. By approaching each situation with calm presence, deliberate focus, and ethical clarity, the chosen one transforms ordinary life into continuous practice. Decisions guided by discipline rather than impulse, responses tempered by reflection rather than reaction, and actions aligned with intention rather than distraction become the hallmark of inner mastery. In this way, life itself becomes a teacher. Each moment offers a chance to apply insight, to strengthen resilience, and to deepen understanding. The boundaries between practice and living dissolve, revealing a seamless path where inner discipline and external action move together. Daily practice is no longer a separate pursuit. It is life expressed consciously, a steady unfolding journey toward clarity, balance, and true mastery over self. The path of mastery is quietly revealed in the way we move through each day. Stillness sharpens awareness, breath anchors the mind, discipline strengthens the spirit, and mindful action turns insight into living practice. Thursday, like every sacred moment, carries a subtle gift, a chance to reconnect with purpose, to see clearly, and to act with intention. By embracing these practices, the chosen one begins to step into a rare clarity, joining the 1% who truly perceive the hidden currents of life. Each small act, each conscious choice compounds over time, guiding us toward inner strength, balance, and understanding. The lessons are simple yet profound. Observe, act consciously, preserve your energy, and let go of attachment to outcome. Carry these principles into your daily life. Let stillness, breath, and focus shape your thoughts and actions. Notice the subtle gifts that appear when you are ready to receive them. With patience and awareness, the ordinary becomes extraordinary, and each day becomes an opportunity to practice mastery in living. Thank you for joining us on this journey. If you found value in these teachings, take a moment to like this video and subscribe to Shaolin Soulfire, where ancient wisdom meets everyday life. May your path be clear, your mind calm, and your spirit strong.